of a slow week, but lucky for us, we haven't had a live show since the Xbox 2020 showcase.
Might as well have been.
Sorry, I saw numbers. Yeah, I was looking at Halo.
4 years.
Oh. Anyway, Floppy, as the Xbox expert and resident lover, what did you think of the showcase?
Didn't watch it.
I did.
I did watch it.
I did.
It was cool. It was fine. I was surprised at the Halo, but I have found out later that I think it wasn't finished product.
We'll go into that in a little bit.
I watched it all.
Yeah, what did you think?
I watched it all. It was cool. It was fine. There was some good stuff.
I didn't find it as invigorating as the PlayStation one.
Didn't blow me away.
I sat there and watched it. It was fun. It was just basically a bunch of trailers, really. But I just found the little bits and bobs in between the trailers wasn't just quite as cool as the PlayStation one.
I was trying really hard to be though.
Yeah. But apart from that, it didn't seem there was anything kind of there.
It was very lackluster.
Well, every game on it, because they've already announced that there's going to be no exclusives. These are just games that we're going to be like. It's basically just announcing games that are going to come out before what's the thing called? The Scarlet? What's it called? Series X.
Series X. It's Xbox.
Yeah, it's Xbox. So basically, I was like, oh yeah, cool. But so it just wasn't. But I was really impressed with the Halo trailer. I was like,
interesting.
I was like super impressed because I'm a massive Halo fan, and the thing I loved about Halo has really been lacking in the last 3 Halo games. But it looked like this
Master Chief.
No, it looked like it brought it back to all that stuff that I love about Halo. That little gameplay bit it showed, just the flow of coming in, hitting them with the butt of your gun, coming back, pulling down their shields, all that cool stuff was the stuff that people love about Halo. Getting in the Warhog and being outdoors on the bloody fucking Halo.
Yeah,
for once,
We'll jump onto Halo very, very shortly because we do have a segment to talk about. But I thought overall that this showcase was basically an ads for Games Pass.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think I
tweeted you that. I was just like, this is just every second they mention Game Pass more than Series X.
Yeah, so that leads me to think that the Series X or the next console isn't the focus of what they're trying to sell here.
They're trying to sell chat as well in the live chat have agreed.
Yeah, they're going for a subscription model, and I was looking into it. Microsoft now, Windows 95. Not Windows 95, Windows operating system is basic. We're going to come back to this as well, Braden, because I've got stuff to talk about here.
All right, cool.
But it's subscription service. Office is all a subscription service. Their whole thing now is turning towards subscription because instead of getting one payment, they're getting ongoing payments, which is a lot more beneficial.
I got to admit, since I joined Game Pass, which if people know me, I know I play Game Pass, as well as PlayStation, I have given Xbox more money than I've ever given them.
Yep.
Since I joined Game Pass, it doesn't seem like much, but every month it just trickles out.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, I haven't paid Xbox any money in years.
Yep.
Years. And as soon as I got Game Pass, I just started trickling them money. And if they've got a million billion people doing that every week, and they're getting $5 out of them or whatever,
the last Xbox consoles that I've purchased have been secondhand consoles. I've not bought one brand new. I've bought a secondhand one when people are shifting them off. So they're only getting money from secondhand games that I buy. But because I too subscribe to Xbox, they're finally getting money off me directly.
Exactly.
It just makes so much sense.
So I own maybe 11 physical games from Xbox One.
I've got one.
Yeah.
I've got Rare Replay.
But I have Games Pass, which I forget about, and it just comes out of my thing every month.
Yep.
And I never play it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they get all their money from.
That's what they want.
That's what they want. You sign up and you forget about it.
Last 5 years I've been playing Xbox Gold and didn't know. Actually, I had been. I was like, better turn that off.
So what it struck me is the whole thing, it didn't do much to get Xbox fans to buy a system.
No.
I honestly don't think anyone who doesn't already know about Games Pass or doesn't already have an Xbox system, there's no hook. There's no... And especially not bringing out any Xbox Series X exclusives for the first year and a half, 2 years, which they once again stressed here.
Weird.
That makes me not want... That makes me go you know what? I can just stick with Game Pass.
Yeah, well, I mean, again...
I don't have to buy a Series X because I'll wait until they start bringing out their exclusive. You know what Series X is? It's just a second-hand Xbox new.
Yeah. Well, it's an upgrade. It's like your mobile phone. So every year they bring out a new mobile phone upgrade to make things, it's got a bigger camera, it can run more teraflops, that sort of stuff. I'm a technical man. So another note that I've got here is games that are coming to Games Pass doesn't mean that they're all coming to the One X.
So you're talking about the PC Games Pass?
The PC's one that also...
The PC one definitely has different games. You know, the PC has games that aren't on the console as well. So it's just whatever games are on PC.
But you may have noticed as well when they were playing some trailers, the Forza trailer that came up, it didn't have that backwards compatible thing. The cross... What's it called?
The logo.
The shared experience, whatever it is.
What do they call it? Smart delivery?
Smart delivery.
Yeah.
A couple of the games didn't have that. So it means one of two things. Either, they're only coming to PC and not coming to consoles, or... these games are so far away from being finished that it's going to be 2 years before we actually see them.
Or the editor just forgot to put it in there.
Yeah, or they lied and they have no intention of bringing everything.
They did say at the start, everything we're showing you tonight is going to be available on Games Pass.
Games Pass, but not Xbox One X.
No, they said
they did say Games Pass, but it just means as well that everything that you're watching that thing, if you've got Games Pass, you don't even have to think. You don't even have to go like, oh, I might get that. You just be like,
but my point being, if you've got a One X, it may not be able to physically run these games on Games Pass.
You reckon?
Well, I mean, that's why the Forza...
It might just not have a Games Pass version that's a better version than the other version. It might have an upgraded version.
But they'd still say you can play it, though. I mean, it's marketing. Why wouldn't you say that?
So what about things like Microsoft Flight Simulator? That's obviously going to come to the PC. Are they going to put it onto the Xbox One X?
I doubt it.
Or the Series X? Like, being that it's a flight sim and
You heard that's got 10 discs?
Yeah, it's crazy.
10 Blu-rays. It's enough to run a country.
It's enough to run an actual plane. So overall, I thought there were a lot of first-person shooters. Like, a lot. It was very first-person shooter heavy. Is this a staple for Xbox? Are they sort of known as a first-person shooter type thing, or
they do have a lot of first-person shootery fans. You know, I hate to say it, but a stereotypical Xbox player has whenever they pay them out, they always have the voice thing for playing first-person shooters. Like, not saying that I don't believe that's anything real or anything, but I'm just saying when I actually Googled it before, like angry Xbox player, it just came up with a whole bunch of kids with the mic pieces.
I think you'll find that it's just the fact that they haven't got the range that Sony has on the PlayStation, being a lot of the Japanese style games that aren't first-person shooters. So when you look at it's probably got the same amount of first-person shooters as like PlayStation, but they haven't got the rest of the stuff to back it up, I think, or to thin it out.
We should talk about a couple of these games.
We will get to them. I just wanted to go through the thoughts first. So why do I need a Series X?
Because if you want to play it at the best graphics. So like,
is that it?
People who,
I think that's it.
So if you want to like if I wasn't getting a PlayStation 5, and I was just an Xbox person, I would get a Series X, because when Cyberpunk comes out, I want to see the best textures. I want to see the best sound. I want to see the ray tracing and stuff like that. They're the people that are going to buy the Series X. Most people will probably just stick with their last one.
Well, Floppy, as the 360 expert and the Xbox expert, why should I get a Series X?
I can't think of a single reason why.
Well, yes, you can. You're the biggest fan. No, honestly, put on your salesman hat.
Put on my salesman hat. I mean, it is going to come down to the people that want... it's going to be the people that need to have early adopters of technology.
Okay.
They're going to want to do it. They're going to want to do it because they've got the best TVs.
Right.
And the best TVs are going to want the best hardware to run the best games. People like myself who don't have the greatest of TVs is not going to see a difference, so I'm not going to bother.
I don't know. I've seen your TV. It's pretty sweet.
It's not even 4K.
Oh, really?
No. Lame.
Why are you pointing at me? You're the one with the lame TV.
You didn't know it was lame. That's even lamer.
Got me there.
That is true. That is true. If I know anything from Clueless rules.
I personally think this whole being able to play everything on Games Pass on your One X and the Series X for the first 2 years is a huge gamble. Yeah, okay, we've sort of discussed at the top there that they're pushing for the Games Pass. That's their business model. The subscription model is what they want, and the console is just the delivery device. The focus isn't the console, it's the Games Pass, which, it's a different business model. I just think it's a bit of a gamble. I think they're moving away from... I said this on a couple of shows back, that Xbox won't make consoles anymore. They'll just upgrade.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're making... I said that thing as well, where I wouldn't be surprised if later on you download Games Pass on your Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a service.
There are rumours of that happening.
Yeah. You'll be able to get it on your PlayStation, and they'll just go like, no, we're gonna have the people paying for it, active user, and then if they can put it, if they don't have to make the console, They can just put it on everything, and then they get more users. And I'm like, that's clearly the way they're going to go.
Well,
Like,
that's what they. Last gen, that's what they spouted.
they'll still make the Series X.
I think, what was it? Was it 1.2 million subscribers they announced for
Oh,
Games Pass?
Yeah, it was heaps.
So
It was
1.2
a ridiculous amount.
Times 16, let's say 16 Australian
No,
dollars a
it's
month.
way more than that. It's like 100 million or something.
Either
It
way,
was a ridiculous.
for a year, they've made over $150 million.
Yeah.
Of just pure money.
Yep.
So do we
Like
know?
not selling a console and making it back from it. It's just like boom, 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 and then that just stays there and it keeps growing. Everyone I know doesn't have Game Pass in this room.
Braden?
I have Game Pass.
Every one of us has Game Pass, and none of us would consider ourselves. Braden's got PlayStation tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he considers himself a PlayStation. What are they? Sony pony.
Yep.
I've my Xbox is in the cupboard somewhere. But I get. Oh no, it's inside.
Each
But you
time I
play
turn,
everything on Games Pass.
I feel you play more PlayStation.
each time I turn my Xbox on, I have to relearn how to use it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Xbox is a bad thing. I
I'm just saying,
I
that's
play
how I don't
Xbox
use
now as much as my PlayStation, but I still don't see myself as as I said, they're doing it subliminally. They're getting into you. I'm playing games and don't consider myself a fan, but I'm still pouring money into them every week, month or week if you want to break it up.
All right, well, let's have a look at some of the games that were in the announced in their show. They showed a lot of trailers, which was disappointing. But Halo, hello. So going back to the cutscenes right at the start, if we can, Braden.
Let's skip to the gameplay.
Yeah, skip to the cutscenes right at the front. Start leading into it. Did the
that's after this.
Yeah, did they seem a little bit off to anyone else?
So this part I thought looked really good.
Yep.
Like the whole
Title screen?
The title screen. But the making of the armor and stuff like that, I thought that looked amazing. I thought that was going to continue. And then
Yep.
I was going to say flat out,
Yep.
we're not watching this in 4K or anything like that, so we can't say, oh, it doesn't look very crisp. Okay,
No,
I'm going on.
No,
by
I'm
when
just
I
going to
watched
say
it.
that. Like, so we all know that.
So
this
part
yeah,
bugged me here.
here.
The facial expressions of the character that we
budget.
can see, and this is missing
There's no
textures.
textures on there.
There are no textures, and you see how twitchy he is when he's moving. The guy's talking. His face, to me, it looked unfinished.
Yeah, I found this really jarring.
Yes.
I found the gameplay looked really cool. It was like
yeah.
old school Halo with the the movement and what you were doing in the environments, but it looked heaps.
I thought this guy was
unfinished.
so angry for no reason.
Well, again, it's because his face was
who
twitching.
Gets angry at Master Chief?
He's
He's a very brave man.
Yeah, I know. Look at him.
his face was twitching a lot because it just wasn't smoothed out. And it came to light afterwards that it was running on a pre-rendered or a working demo. So basically, they showed, a working demo in their big reveal of gameplay, which I think is a silly thing to do.
Well, you can tell it's a working demo because when the game starts, when like a non-human is playing a game, it's too smooth a first-person shooter the way they move.
Sorry, just look at him speak. His whole cheek is moving while he's
it's
speaking.
just a bad cutscene, but I'm sure they'll fix that. Like, it's fine.
But why would you show this? And people are waiting to see this game. This is your launch game. This is your number one. And Xbox has not launched with a Halo game, which is their franchise thing. It's the thing they've been building up as their number one. Holy smoke! It's launching with a Halo game since the very first Xbox. Everyone, get excited! This is our franchise player, and they show this work in progress trailer demo that is clearly they've got ripped apart for it. Like, even the most I was listening to an Xbox podcast the other day, and even the diehard hosts there, whose job it is to report on Xbox,
Calm down.
they were saying that, like, the gameplay looked great, but it just didn't look visually stunning. That was like Minecraft.
Why did they show... No, stuff like that is in Halo. Like, those like weird pillory bits are in Halo. That makes sense to me. But, like, why even show that bit? Just start from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
it was an odd choice, I think, to show unfinished stuff.
Yeah, but now we're looking at the gameplay footage. This looks like Halo. This gave me so much excitement. Like, they bring it back. They know what people liked about it. That lightning in a bottle that they were trying to get from last time. They've got it back. Look, the Warthog's back. Go straight into the Warthog. Straight into the shooty covery thing where you're juggling, like, going between
I love
grenade.
a good shooty covery game.
Yeah, you're juggling between shooting a guy, hitting him, throwing a sticky grenade onto him, getting cover from the next thing that's coming in. Like, you're multitasking, like, battling, and that's what Halo was all about to me. It's just you just do it because you're good at it. Like,
You just do it because you're good at it. Damn forget us.
but it's just a thing that I feel, and that a lot of the Halos weren't they didn't do that. It was just like go around, shoot, and finding those turkey robots, whatever they were in the last ones, they were rubbish fun.
I've noticed in the comments just before, Triple Indy said that the lighting looked a bit off. The 343, sorry, I forgot the developer's name.
343.
Thank you. They have said that there will not be ray tracing at launch.
Yeah, right.
Now, this is a next-gen game. Again, a launch game. It's coming in an update.
That's because but that's because they'll probably launch it before the Series X is out. So there's no point in putting the ray tracing in it because it's not going to be needed until the Series X.
You think
is out.
they'll launch this before the Series X?
Yeah.
Nah.
No way.
know.
This is going to be the system seller.
Nah, you heard it here first. Dan bets a pizza.
Look at that bit, like dudes coming down and drop pods like straight into you, sticky bombed him straight on, switching up guns. Like this was just now
Dan's describing a first-person shooter.
It actually gives me Gears
I know,
of War
but it's
vibes.
so flowy and awesome. Like Halo. Oh,
The grappling hook. The grappling hook was good. I did like
Yeah,
the grappling
that was cool.
addition of
and
the
he
grappling hook.
grappled weapons and ammo over, didn't he, as well? Like
All right, so overall, what do we think of this Halo demo? I was disappointed.
I thought the cutscene was absolute, could have been cut off and garbage. I don't know why they even showed it, and I think this bit, like the actual gameplay, gave me great hope.
I agree.
Was that
I
this
think-
clip did this come in?
Yeah, it did. There was a lot of pop-up. Look how flat it looks. Look how flat that background looks.
It looks fine.
Anyway, Floppy, what do you think?
Look, I was happy to see the return to the gameplay style. Once again, I was jarred out of it by the graphics and things like that. Happy to hear that it was unfinished. I thought that was it, and I was like disgusted.
Look at the floor there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, I will be cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
I can't believe you guys are complaining about that, but no one noticed anything in Final Fantasy VII, and everyone thought it was Game of the Year.
Excuse me, no. I completely agreed with you there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm talking about I'm talking about the people on the other
didn't
side of the
notice it.
camera. Everybody.
Oh, no, there's been some memes going out. There's
good.
one of a giant who they've compared. These become a meme. And I got sent a picture before of the guy at the start with the jerky face animations compared with Joel from The Last of Us Part 2
Oh, I did see that.
facial. And, they're shades of just worlds apart when you consider Last of Us Part 2 came out on a PlayStation 4 and it's not next gen at all. Let's skip to the next trailer that we saw, which was a Rare game called Everwild. Again, a lot of trailers in this, which makes me think a lot of these are going to be in development for a good couple of years before we see it.
Oh, I think there was no actual gameplay.
Yeah, so this made me think of Avatar, which isn't a bad thing.
Is that because they had a buffalo with them?
a buffalo, and they have the 4 elements that they use to traverse the environment.
This is more like, I thought it was like a witch game. Like there were witches that are one with the environment, and it's going to be about like...
You've never seen Avatar, have you?
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not witches.
This made me think of Journey. Parts of this made me think of Journey.
Yeah?
Yeah, just a style, I think.
Yeah? That relaxed vibe.
Yeah, I
which
think
is
it's
the
gonna be,
kind of
it's gonna be
game
a-
I'm into.
It'll be a really chilled game, I think.
The
Yeah.
game looks beautiful, but I just don't think I'll play it.
Well, we didn't see any gameplay, so
Like, maybe this is the gameplay.
I doubt that very much. Next, we had Obsidian came out with Avowed, which I thought was Skyrim at first. I thought they were doing Skyrim again, which they will. They will do Skyrim again.
Of course they can. You can play it on a fridge now, can't you?
You can play it on an Alexa. Like an
Did you
RPG.
see that someone made, in Minecraft, they made a computer
Yep.
that can run Doom?
Skyrim?
Doom.
Oh, Doom?
Doom in a Windows 98 computer that can run Doom within Minecraft.
That's amazing.
Like they made
I
a
still don't
computer with
understand
like
how-
the...
Oh, it's
People make
Games
computing.
Pass. Anyway, so what did we think of Avowed from the cutscene?
Yeah,
we saw?
I couldn't believe this wasn't a Skyrim game.
Yeah.
Alright, what are they called?
What is it called?
Bethesda. Elder
Bethesda.
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls game. That's it. Yeah. Like I just couldn't believe it. Wasn't.
Are we
didn't do anything,
thinking
mate.
they're taking a bit of the Bethesda style with jumping between a sci-fi and a fantasy?
Absolutely. Like 100%.
Did this look fine? It was a rendered cutscene. I'm sure it'll be
Well,
great. Is it
Bethesda-
first person? Don't know. Is it third person? Don't know. That means I know nothing about the game.
Bethesda is up for grabs at the moment, I think.
You reckon?
Because, not for sale, but I
Glitz.
think the opportunity there to sort of take a slice of their fantasy genre pie is certainly available, especially the first-person stuff.
They're kind of teetering, aren't they?
Yeah, they have. I mean, obviously they had Doom Eternal, which was fantastic and a Game of the Year contender. I'm not denying that, but that's one game out of how many in the past couple of years, and
last
that's
4?
one hit out of however
I feel
many.
like people should stop making fantasy games. I just don't like them.
Oh,
Therefore,
Dan
the
said,
Welsh-
everyone.
Dan said
Well,
stop making fantasy games.
If I've
so
learned
listen
anything
up.
from gamers on the internet, you just have to say you want something and you get it.
You have to excuse Dan. We just got him off 4chan before we went live. Jack Black.
Be all the
rocked up.
way.
Jack Black rocked up, which I thought was a weird way to start publishing a game, promoting a game. I thought it was that Legends of Rock game.
I wanted it to be Brutal Legend 2.
Brutal Legend 2, yes.
So
thank you.
bad.
I just wanted it. I didn't know what it was going on. Hey, fast forward to
It's
Jack
weird.
Black.
It was definitely weird.
So a new Double Fine game. Jack Black coming in saying, "Oh yeah, it'd be awesome to sing this song."
Look at that beard.
Yeah, look at the belly.
And the fact he's wearing a Brutal Legend t-shirt, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be Brutal Legend. And then I'm like, Psychonauts? Oh.
Yeah, and like again, this didn't really grab me.
There are people on the internet who went mad for this, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, people love Psychonauts.
Yeah, see, I've never played Psychonauts. Is this what you do? You go into people's brains. Is that just what you do in the first one, or is that just what you do in this one?
It would be a good one to pick if you were in part of a, I don't know, fantasy critic league or something.
Did you pick it?
Yeah.
Better off picking your nose, mate.
Okay, Stalker 2 was announced.
Ooh,
Now, Floppy,
yes.
I admitted to you that I've never even heard of Stalker 1. Can you give me
really?
a brief history lesson?
Did you watch the...
I did not, I'm
I can't
sorry.
tell you a history lesson. I just played the game. I thought it was cool.
Do you remember?
I don't think I even finished it, but I loved it to the point where
Well,
I
what
still
was it?
got it.
Explain it to me. Like, all I can see here now is a zombie moose.
Yeah, it's just dark, disturbing.
What is it? First-person shooter? Action RPG?
How do you...
Dan?
All I know about Stalker is, remember Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation?
Yeah.
When he did that, and every time he mentioned the name, he just spelt it out, because it is like...
STALK.
Yeah, because it's like S dot, like every time he mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, he thought it was okay. Even when he
I still don't know what the first game was. Like, Brayden?
No clue.
Cool. So Stalker 2, that's coming. People are excited about it. These two are, and I don't know why, because I can't even explain to me what the first one was. Warhammer 4000 announced Dark Tide, out in 2021 as a launch exclusive.
Now this is something I've always wanted for years. I want them to do a good, easy Warhammer 40k game. Something along the lines of like Gears of War easy. You know, where you run in, you get cover, you shoot things. Every 40k game that comes out is so complicated.
I've never been able to play one.
Yeah, like, and I keep getting them. I keep on getting like Space Hulks and all that kind of thing. I'm always just like, oh, I'm too, just give me a simple one where you pick the weapons up, you're in a squad of 4, you're in Inquisitors or whatever bloody the hell you guys are called, and you just go ham and just, fuck cunts up. I mean, people.
Bloody the hell. Bloody the hell, everyone. Pay no attention to what Dan else said.
Sorry,
Just
children, not
bloody the
mine, who
hell.
are watching.
This one, guys, it could be it. It looked like this could be just a bloody shooting.
Bloody
people.
the hell, shoot 'em up. Speaking of bloody the hell, Tetris Effect. What?
Yeah, that
They
makes
didn't
sense.
say anything new about it.
No, that's not. Hey, everyone's Tetris Effect.
Didn't they had like there was another game mode? Do we have that game
Yeah,
mode?
there's
it was
another
like,
game
it was like
mode.
where you'll block together in one.
Also, the whole trailer is this.
No, go back. Go to the
You
very
guys
end.
play
You just show the
Tetris
game
Effect?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if the one where it's a really long Tetris where they click them all together. Was that in the first one?
No, I think that's a new
So
thing.
it. So it's like one new feature.
What's
in
really
Tetris.
sad, all these people who are playing in the blocks are about to die when someone makes a line. It's getting deleted from
That's the best
history.
part.
Bye-bye, everyone. Oh, see, they're gone.
Ooh.
Gone forever. The Gunk. Sounds like
They were
my high school
all
nickname.
developers, weren't they?
Did I miss this one?
Possibly. The Gunk is coming. What did we think of The Gunk?
Show me what it was again so I can remember.
Here it is. This is The Gunk.
What a title.
This had that
remember
this had the
this
1950s vibe, sci-fi vibe to it, but with like modern graphics and stuff. There's a whole bunch of these games like the Outer Worlds. No, what was it?
Journey to the Savage
Outer
Planet.
Wilds, and all these things that are these quirky planet exploring things that I just don't have time to play. It'll be fine for the people that like it. But
Again, we only saw probably 30 seconds of, I think, gameplay there.
The gunk.
I just feel there's too many games coming out.
Oh, what a problem.
I missed
Okay,
that one completely.
let's talk about this one for a little bit because I was really freaking impressed with this. The Medium.
Oh yeah,
Now, the big thing that I took out of this is that the Series X is actually rendering 2 alternate worlds at the same time.
yeah.
So you jump between them.
Yeah, because it shows you, depending on how powerful you are linked to that world, it actually splits the screen up and stuff. So sometimes you don't have a link to the world, so you're playing one. But yeah, it's rendering them at exactly the same time. Do you know what else I found out about this? Is that they're so happy with this game as the people making it. They've patented the idea. No one else can do it.
Didn't they do
Like
this?
the game style.
Didn't
That's
they do that with
amazing.
Elix? Wasn't Elix one of those ones that jump between two worlds?
Yeah, but you only jumped between them. This one, if you go forward by you actually play at the same time in the world.
Yeah, you're playing across two alternate realities. So,
So,
yeah.
you're actually rendering two separate games at the same time, and they're
go
synced up
forward.
I'm sure you did that with Elix when it went between like a sci-fi and a fantasy one, and you could flick between
like this,
them. I believe so.
like in real time.
I think so.
But I mean, there are games that do like
Might be wrong. Yeah.
Silent Hill, the classic thing where you jump between two realities.
Yeah.
But this here, you
Oh.
play with a split screen, and you are actually in both realities at the same time.
Pretty
Like,
cool.
Yeah, this is bomb.
like it
confusing.
does stuff like this. Like
This
this is the
absolutely
actual
crazy.
gameplay now. This isn't them just showing you.
I
Yeah.
thought that was side-by-side comparison.
No, this is
And,
the actual
and
game.
depending on how hard you're in the world, like it
I don't like
shrinks
that.
down.
Oh, I
and-
think it's amazing.
Nah, that's
I
got
think it's
me out.
fantastic.
I'm out. I don't like it.
It's terrifying.
Why
is
don't
what
you like
is.
it?
That's confusing.
Have you and you've got the thing where you in like the other world, you can like head freeze yourself in the other world and lock yourself, and then you can go into things, so you stay locked in one part of the
Yeah.
world, and then you can rewind time in the one world, and it changes the other way. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm down for.
I thought this was an amazing
This
technological
is yeah.
advancement.
This is what I want to see. I want to see games that are blowing my mind. I want to see games that can't exist on the old consoles.
Yeah, exactly
That's what
right.
a new
I agree,
console should
but
be like.
that's a concept I don't want to play.
Weirdly,
That's,
yeah, we're seeing the medium for Xbox, and we're seeing Ratchet and Clank for PlayStation.
I'm
Dude, this
I'll play
weird
the
new
Ratchet and
thing.
Clank one.
Hey, the Ratchet and Clank's getting some really good reviews.
Damn straight.
Oh,
really good reviews.
there's a lot of parallel universe jumping. Even the new Crash Bandicoot's parallel world jumping.
Yeah, sorry, I meant Crash Bandicoot's getting really good reviews. Not sorry, I get those two mixed up
Yes.
because they're the same thing.
Crash.
Uh,
Wait, is that out?
Not yet.
No.
Crossfire X was another first-person shooter that came out.
Yeah,
whatever.
Army men
Yep.
doing army
Shooter
stuff.
things.
Call of Duty sci-fi.
Yep.
Remedy's a good place.
It is. They
They
know
do
what
some
they want
things.
to
It's a
do.
good
Yeah, and I'm
place.
sure this is a beautiful game. Like, it looks great. There's paper everywhere. There's smoke. There's fire.
There's guns. You're,
guns.
You're a
Yeah,
white guy
look,
shooting guns.
You've got a beard. You're white.
Yeah.
Your mate's white. And
We're all Caucasian here in this place.
anyhow, it looks great. It's probably one of those games, and people that are into it are going to get into it.
Okay, let's go with the big surprise they held off to the
Randall
end.
Dixon.
Not Fable 4, but a new Fable. So is it a soft reboot or is it a complete curmudgeon?
Did you ever play the first Fable?
No.
Me neither. So do we know anyone that does? Is this
I
a remake
heard-
of the first
I
one?
heard today that you can play Fable. It's a 6 or 7 hour game, the first one. And I'm like, really? I thought it'd be like a 90-hour.
So
Apparently
did I.
it's not. It's
All
just
I
a-
know of the first Fable is Alana Pierce doing an impression of an NPC, which got her NPC jobs. So, are you going to sit there like lemon or a chicken? What is it? One of them. Anyway, she does that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's like a little tongue-in-cheek
done that voice
fantasy.
indeed.
Once again, I'm over fantasy. Let's move on.
Okay. And last little bit of Xbox news I've got here. During a... Whoops, I went down the screen. During an earnings call, Microsoft CFO Amy Hood, who we saw a little bit earlier with a really awesome Key t-shirt, was asked about when the new console would arrive. Responding to this, Hood reportedly said, November holidays. So, what did we say? November 15, 16, 17?
Yeah, something like that.
That's
We're all in
around
the
that
middle
window?
of November.
I think our guesses are looking good for that little window there.
I think one of them's looking heaps good.
All right. Nintendo Direct Mini.
I watched this.
Nintendo have nothing
I
coming
watched
out
this
this year.
directly after the Xbox One, and I can't remember one thing that was in it. Can we put some videos up, please?
There's literally nothing. in
So
this
they
thing.
did announce beforehand that this was a mini direct for their third-party developers. And they openly said there would be nothing from Nintendo, no first party.
What? That just means turn it off.
Come on, calm down.
What's the point?
So they released, they obviously announced Shin Megami Tensei on Switch and the sequel, which is coming out, which are very popular with some people. They announced, obviously, a DLC pack for Cadence of Hyrule, which was available that day, and not a lot else. Nintendo have no releases scheduled for the rest of this year. There's been rumors, of course, of the Mario collection to celebrate the 35th anniversary. There's been rumors of Metroid Prime that has, obviously sitting there ready to go.
What, the wrestling game?
The wrestling game, which is coming to every system.
I want to talk about this, though, because
Okay.
you like wrestling.
I'm a wrestling
you
person.
You do wrestling stuff. I actually thought this game looked kind of cool. It looks like it's a la going back to the SNES days of trying to like fun it up again and stuff.
It looks like the NBA Jam of wrestling.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
No,
Who
that's
are
a
those
good
people
thing.
playing it?
They're all wrestlers. So that's Cesaro.
Is he in it?
Kofi Kingston. Yeah.
Is
they're all
he
wrestlers.
playing himself
Is that
in
No,
it?
no,
Andre
no.
the Giant?
Yeah. So
And
John
John
Cena.
Cena?
So you got John Cena, Andre the Giant, The Rock. They're all there. I didn't like the art style.
Doesn't bother me.
Wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan.
But like, if they're not like goofy looking things, like them doing goofy things is going to look weird.
So
Oh, wow. Did I see this?
was
This
less-
is that
this is Shin Megami.
yeah.
Yes.
Had you not played a Shin Megami Tensei?
No, I've not played one.
Are you going to?
Oh, probably not.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
there's
So
no-
there
there-
was a conversation. I didn't know how that ended.
I know that I won't play this. I just don't have time. But I would give it a go if I was 19 again and I had that
If
my
I remember-
19-year time.
If I remember correctly, Persona is all part of the Shin Megami Tensei
Yeah, so
universe.
Persona is a spin-off from the Shin
Yeah.
Megami Tensei universe, which
I
I never
played-
realized.
I played
That
bits of
explains a lot.
Personas, but I haven't played a Shin Megami.
See, I've played Persona 5 and loved it.
120
I learned all
hours
this
of it.
from over on our Discord with our Discord people. Like taught me all this stuff.
So Nintendo will have some other games coming out. That's sort of a given.
It definitely was a mini.
They've just got a really weird business practice where they don't care what anyone wants. They will do whatever the hell they want, and they will do it in their own time, and you'll say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Now, I don't think it's any secret that I'm a little bit of a Nintendo fan, and even I'm finding it a little bit frustrating. However, I've also had it pointed out to me with the recent global bastard that's been going around, a lot of people have been buying Switches, which obviously is backed up by the fact that it was sold out for how long?
Well, they're still sold out, aren't they?
Nah.
Oh, they're back
No,
now?
back in stock now. But
So they've got a lot of Switches
for a
in the
long
hands.
time, it was you had to order or you would not get.
Yeah, so a lot of new people. My mum has a Switch Lite now. So no, a Switch.
She had a Switch.
So you've got a lot of people who have not played a Nintendo product in years and years and years and years and years who have picked one up because they got nothing else to do because they're all under home detention because of whatever's going on. So they've got this whole back catalogue now of games that they can go to. They got your Tropical Freeze, they got the Mario Odyssey, they got Breath of the Wild. So there really isn't that much of a need for them to bring anything out this year, especially because of all the COVID stuff is just preventing them from having their devs work on games.
So I think this would be the perfect time to bring out the remaster or the rebuilds of the Mario ones, because now you've got the people that hadn't played games for probably the last 10 years, who probably played those games back in the day are now buying Switches.
Yep. I agree.
And that would be the perfect time to get those guys.
Completely agree.
Nostalgia bomb them.
It's a hell of a thing. And finally, with Nintendo, more updates are coming to the Animal Crossing game phenomenon. You have Dream Travel and Fireworks, which are out now. So you can do Fireworks and travel. You can just burp everywhere like I'm doing tonight for some reason. We
Someone
had a
just brought
hearty
up-
meal.
Someone just brought us saying, "Oh no, did you get Paper Mario, Floppy?
I did.
Have you played it yet?"
Not a lot of it.
People were saying it's really cool.
Yeah, Braden's going to talk about it a little bit later on.
Oh, is he? I
So
didn't
we
know
can look
that.
forward to that.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say anything to them.
Oh dear.
There's also a Halloween event coming up just around the corner as well. So Nintendo is obviously investing with free. This is all free DLC for Animal Crossing. It's been the game of the year for them, and I'm sure they are going to keep on investing in it with these little mini DLCs for free. All right, something that came out, I think, yesterday. Marvel's Avengers had a roundtable discussion or whatever it is. The war table.
What is that?
It's
what
just
does that
their
mean?
brand of,
It
hey,
just-
this is our thing.
I think it's a fancy way of saying we had a chat.
An event kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like an announcement.
Conference.
It went for 25 minutes, but the
It
first
didn't.
5 minutes were them going to influencers on the internet, talking about how good the game is, which we weren't on for some reason. What's going on?
We were. We were
I
just
closed it,
right
right?
in the back, really small, one pixel wide.
And
the last-
then the last 10 minutes were just stills, like
fair
production
enough.
stills. Oh, well, I guess
So
they
let's
need
let's
that.
move it forward into the bit, which is like the actual game.
Okay, so the main points I've got here,
Here
the
it is.
beta is out in August. For those who have pre-ordered the game on PS4, they can play the beta from the 7th to the 9th, on Xbox and PC the 14th, and all platforms from the 21st to the 23rd of August, you'll be able to play the beta. You can also get some Hulk and Hulkbuster Fortnite pickaxes, but we'll forget about that.
Hulkbuster.
Hawkeye was announced.
Woo.
So a character that everyone wanted since the roster lineup was announced, they came out and said, "Yep, here he is." The video stated that the inspiration for Hawkeye was Matt Fraction and David Aja's brilliant Hawkeye run, and I am completely down for this. Like, I haven't been very high on this game. Even watching it now, like, it's improved. I'm a lot more happier with it. I can see what the game is now. I still don't think it's for me, even though I'm a massive comic book fan.
I'm all in for it.
But we'll get to that in a sec. I just want to get through this.
Yep.
Your bit, go.
Yep. Hawkeye has his own storyline outside the main campaign, which will focus heavily on David Aja's run. They hinted at Pizza Dog. And Braden, if we can bring up one of the skins.
Yo, let me get it up here.
It is great. So yeah, the old purple and the black and the white kind of vibe. Just there
He is.
So
Good old Hawk guy.
That still made me want to read that book.
So for the podcast people listening,
For the podcast listening, go read Matt Fraction and David Aja's Hawkeye trades.
so
They're
as a
fantastic.
person who sells this book, it is the most popular Hawkeye graphic novel series storyline that there's ever been. I think.
Yeah, it's deep, it's meaningful, it's character driven, it's lighthearted as well.
Except for Arrow.
No, Arrows, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, completely. I'm even tempted to even pick up this game, or at least play the beta, just because of the inclusion of this. Because I'm that confident if they're taking that as their source material for Hawkeye's little thing, sold.
You know they've got good people on it.
Yeah, well, it's Square, so they got the money. All right,
Yeah.
Dan, what did you think?
Let's get back to bring it back around, Braden.
Alright, let me
to the
bring it
thing.
back around.
So I've from the very start, I've been a real a fan and advocate of this thing, which is weird because I'm not a superhero guy and you're the superhero
Yeah,
guy,
I know, right?
and it's the total reversal. So I've been like, this looks sick. We should. Oh man, I've lost myself.
I know you've thrown it. It looks awesome. You've been all for it. You saw more of it.
Yeah.
What'd
So
you think?
this just really solidified to me that it's going to be awesome. So like, what the stuff I was worried about is like, is this going to be a tinny thing where you run around as your person and hit people? But this is like they've gone, okay, what does it mean to be in what do you want to get out of an Avengers game? And so they've you play as a team. So you upgrade your character. So like say it's Iron Man. You got a massive skill tree. You know, you can keep upgrading, get different costumes, different moves, keep upgrading like really deep. But then you can do that for all the other team members as well. But then you choose whatever four you want to play as in your team. I'm so hard for me to explain this. And they're NPCs, but the NPCs take on the form of whatever version of the character you're up to. So if you're playing as so if you're not playing as Iron Man, but you upgraded him, your upgraded version will be the NPC in your team. So you're actually making a team more than a character.
Which is what Avengers is all about.
So 100%, if you've got your Iron Man set up to have the gamma ray type thing when you're playing as someone else in one of those missions, and Iron Man's flying around, you'll see he's still got the like green laser beams and everything.
Yeah, and the outfits you've chosen for the character. So you don't play as a character. You play as a team, as like an Avengers team that you create, which is sick. And there's so many characters in it. They said, and they're going to keep introducing them. And they really dropped the awesome bomb. And they said, and all of them are going to be free. It's no pay to play. It's just like,
that's awesome.
And it looks like they're creating this. And then you've got but you can also play 4 people at the same time. So you can bring your character into your mate's game. And you all 4 of you play as the team going through it. And then there's all sorts. So you can play like a story level. You can play like, like horde modes. You can play all these different modes, like crazy, full on, just being an Avenger. And just having Kamala Khan as like the opening main character is just so cool. Like she is such a good character that never gets mentioned.
I'm excited.
People are going to like spunt for her.
Yeah, I'm excited for Kamala Khan purely because we haven't played her before. It's something different. Yeah, like we've played as Iron Man, we've seen Iron Man, we've seen Hulk. We know what they can do. Even Black Widow for the past 10 years or so has been pretty saturated. But having someone like Kamala Khan come in with a completely new power set has got me excited for that particular part.
And I think they've just gone ham on the costumes for every character, like every version of every character. I saw Grey Hulk in the suit.
Mr. Fix-It. Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah, and I'm just like that, and then there's like disheveled Hulk, there's like slightly ripped off shirt Hulk, there's like beard Hulk, there's like, and then And then all
Hulkbuster.
your characters have like super duper mega moves, and it's supposedly, and there's a beta coming out, and this is what they're talking about here, and which you can play like Tony Stark's move, the Hulkbuster, and that has its skill, and that has all its moves, and like
They also teased a little bit when they were showing that off. They said, and there's going to be other ways to deploy the Hulkbuster as well, but we're not going to get into that right
yeah, there was
now.
a whole bunch.
So I'm assuming that's them teasing. You can probably put other people in it and all this other stuff. Have
Yeah.
it like a mech from Titanfall.
Yeah, just like, and they said there's like, what did they say? It was like over 50 or something, different ranges of enemies and stuff like that. And then some of your characters, so some of them play as like ranged attackers, some of them can fly, some of them swing, and the swinging looked very Spider-Man.
Oh
so,
yeah, it did.
And there's no reason why they can't bring Wolverine in this. Wolverine's been in the Avengers before, like, because, you know, we haven't been able to get, no one's really had that X-Men vibe yet, because they've all been in the Marvel MCU, where, you know, there's no X-Men in there. Bring the X-Men into this, man. Like that, then you got like another roster of 100 more characters you can be.
Only
They can-
100.
I'm just, yeah.
So many.
You can do this forever. This game can be one of those build 'em up buttercups.
I tell you what, if they bring the X-Men into this, I'm there. Like
Yeah.
I'm an X-Men dude
Like
from way back.
this could be everything. This could
Yeah,
be
look, there
the
is.
greatest like team video game experience anyone's ever had.
Like, if you think about it, if in like 9 months' time, they're like, all right, cool, we're about to announce our final 4th character out of our initial 4, and they just dropped, okay, cool, it's one of the X-Men. And then, like, now we're working on the next 5 characters we're doing. Like, people will go nuts.
What did you think, Floppy?
Most of what I thought has been sort of been covered already. I really liked the gameplay features that they've got. Like, that was like the Division, that was like Ghost Recon, but I didn't give a crap about those franchises. So now they put that sort of gameplay feature that I really like, that way that you play, like Dan was saying, with your 4 friends or your 3 friends and yourself, into a franchise that I can get behind. I'm excited to do that now because I've enjoyed that style of gameplay, but haven't really cared about the stories or the games that they've been in. Now that they're putting it in this, and that it's not following the MCU, is the most exciting thing for me, because I got so burnt out on the MCU, but I love comics and I love these characters.
It looks like they're kind of starting with the safety of the MCU kind of vibe a tiny bit to bring familiar people in, and then they're going to break out.
I think
But wait, one more thing. They showed in there when they announced Hawkeye. They showed a whole bunch of these different characters. They showed old man Hawkeye, which is part of the old man Logan. Which is like, so that's hinting, if they're going to do Old Man Hawkeye, they're going to do Old Man Logan, because they're going in that world, which is Wolverine.
Yep. They've also shown Abomination, which is a Hulk enemy.
Abomo.
MODOK is the villain, and AIM are the big corporation.
Corporation from Stark.
Yeah. Not Stark.
Well, no, but that's Stark's opposition.
Yeah. So, yeah, Braden.
One of the other things as well, so they've shown off all the different mission types, and they also said in this that they haven't revealed a bunch more, and one of those is like a boss lair. So, like, the amount of deep cut MCU villains we're going to see is probably going to be pretty large.
Yeah, it's true. It did, though, like, when it shows the upgrade, like, you know, you're putting your systems into new weapons and that menu screen and how it's looking was very Destiny.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like the exact way it had number systems for how good your stuff was. And I'm like, this is going to be like Destiny. This is going to be going over and, you know, there's going to be, this mission is happening. You will play that mission 45 times. You know what I mean? With your mates, getting different things. You'll be loot collecting and that. But
You'll get raids.
Well, they already said raids, boss lairs.
It's a games for service game. It will continually grow and evolve, and I think they are banking on us continually playing it and wanting to play it, and however they decide to monetize it outside of the initial purchase will be how they keep it going.
Look, they've got an almost never-ending supply of characters to throw in there.
Yeah, if they get the full range, dupe.
They can put anyone in
Bring
there.
in, dude.
Never appeared in Avengers.
Give me Jamie Madrox, and we got to deal with this Pizza Dog. Pizza Dog's awesome.
Matrix, was he the multiple man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along to another blockbuster game that's coming out this year, Cyberpunk,
the awesome hockey game.
That's right. Cyberpunk 2077, and is being refueled by the devs that you can finish the game without completing the main story. Quote, subplots allow us to do something that we have never done before. They changed the main plot of the game, and they are doing that in such a way that you may not even finish the main plot, but still finish the game and get a completely different epilogue than the player with a different life path who made different choices, met different characters, and formed relationships with them. I personally think that this is rad because it adds to the replayability, which I'm all about with games. If you can play it multiple times, you got a big tick from me because it means you get more than your money's worth. I also feel that it'll make you be immersed in the game a lot more. It'll make it feel like your game and your journey and your path, and that you're not going around this pre-designated highway. That you can make your decisions matter, and that's the big thing I feel for a big open world game like this, is that your decisions matter, and it's up to you where you end up.
I have the opposite thoughts.
Okay.
Because I don't want to play a game that I've made. I want to play their story.
Yeah,
I want to play the story that they want to tell me. So I want to be taken on a journey. I like to have some sort of open world aspects and things like that, but I don't want to be able to finish a game without finishing the main story.
But you can finish the main story.
Oh, I can, but like, how am I going to
follow a
know?
walkthrough.
I'm pretty sure that, it'll be obvious where you have to go.
Do you know what I don't like in games recently? I don't like it that there's a main story quest and side quest, and they make it really obvious which one you're doing. I like this just going through getting quests, and you should only be able to do one quest at a time, and then that would create a giant narrative. Like,
That's boring.
no, and then like the ones that are going, oh, can you help us? Yeah, I'll come back to you in 90 hours.
But do you
And,
remember when Breath of the Wild came out, and you have the opportunity there to go and face Ganon right at the start, or you could go and face the 4 sub bosses, or you could just go out and explore.
I didn't know you could face Ganon straight away.
You can go straight to
I
him
know that now.
as soon as you're off the Great Plateau. So everyone had a different experience. So for me, when I was playing Breath of the Wild, I got off the Great Plateau and I just wandered. I just walked around until I came across the first area and did that first mini side quest.
Yeah.
So I think if it's like that, like, yeah, you can go along this critical path. And you can do what you need to do in order to finish the game from A to B to C, or you can go A, Z, Q, R, S, C.
I think that's a very different thing, though, because you still have to end on the same spot. You still have to beat Ganon.
That's true. Yeah, okay.
Whereas this one appears to be, from what they're saying, that you can finish the game without finishing the story that you set out at the start. That's the part that turns me off a bit. Like, I want to play this game. Like, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to look fantastic. I think it's going to play really well. That little part made me, ooh, hang on a minute. Let's take a step back.
Well, I guess it comes from an RPG, right?
Yeah.
Braden,
Yo.
as our resident DM,
Hi.
when you're playing, when you're DMing or GMing a RPG,
Yep.
how hard is it to stay along that critical path? And, can you finish a campaign in a tabletop adventure without defeating the main bad?
You can find different ways. Generally, people will try and bring you back onto like the main path of like if you've set up a big villain or anything, you want to try and have your end thing be revolved around that. But people get so distracted by like a on the spot improv side character who was meant to sell you a funky token, and then all of a sudden they're like,
apples.
We want to adopt this person and bring them in our party permanently, and the person's like, okay, I have to change the whole story now.
Peyton?
Yeah.
I just be like, if I was that character though, like being the DM, I'd just be like, as the person, like, nah, I don't want to go with you guys. Just like,
Yeah.
and like,
No.
Well, generally, don't they make you roll to see if the person comes?
you generally have to, but people be very determined
then he had a
to
heart
adopt
attack.
someone.
See, I'd be that DM that went, what did you roll? 7? Oh, that's the one that you can't roll. That means he doesn't go with you.
So my point being that, like, if it's coming from its tabletop routes, in order to make it feel more like a D&D, well, not a D&D, but a role play.
Tabletop RPG.
Yeah, make it more feel like that's sort of the experience you've been getting. And that's kind of what I've been looking for a long time in video games.
when is Cyberpunk coming out? Do we have a date?
November
17?
Yeah. So very excited about that. You know what's not coming out this year, though? Sonic 2.
Yeah, I didn't know that. No.
It's
The
coming out,
movie?
Yeah.
I was going to say Sonic 2 came out in the 90s, mate.
Coming out in 2021. Now, I still haven't seen this movie.
Haven't you?
No.
I saw it.
I don't
loved it.
like Sonic.
It was good fun.
Yeah?
I don't have any deep-seated love or hatred for Sonic as a character. He's just a person I know.
Switzerland, you stay over there.
I'm totally Switzerland when it comes to Sonic. I don't particularly like
It
the games
was
because they're too quick and I'm not good enough. But the movie was fun.
Is this the old trailer?
Yeah, it's the old trailer.
Oh man, it was fun. Like it was entertaining. It was not fantastic.
I was surprised on how much I enjoyed it. How much I enjoyed Jim Carrey as Eggman.
He was good.
That's the
that
only
bit where
reason.
he dances and like he's like doing the, and then that guy comes and gives him the coffee.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so funny.
I
Like,
don't want to spoil anything, but where Dr. Robotnik and Jim Carrey end up at the end of the film, I'm so excited for this sequel.
because Tails has already been announced.
I mean,
the
yes,
sequel.
there's that.
No,
but
like what happened?
there's
to
a
him.
whole nother thing going on that
at
is
the
very
end of this-
exciting.
Turning more and more into Eggman,
Yeah,
like looking
it's
like
so
him as it
good.
goes on. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
He's just eating a lot of donuts.
He just does a good job of it. Like he plays,
The most arrogant person in the entire world.
he
It's
was
so good.
and he was just enough Jim Carrey to make it funny without being too over the top.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here it is. Here's the shot. Here's the shot.
Meow.
Shoot him.
Is that it?
It's just
Cyclops.
horrendous.
Sorry for all you listeners on the podcast that we were just staringly,
Yeah.
so
silently
bad.
watching a video.
Hey, who likes Cuphead?
I know.
Well, if you like Cuphead and you have a PlayStation 4, you can get it on there now because PlayStation 4 now has Cuphead available to play with
Yay.
the DLC.
The graphic novel came out this week.
Oh,
Have
really?
you guys played?
It sold out
Cuphead?
straight away.
Yeah, I got it on the Switch.
Do you enjoy it?
No.
I do.
I like it. I suck at it.
Same. Yeah. Oh, it's
So
like
bad.
for me, it's like Fortnite. Like it's an enjoyable game, but awful at it.
I just like
Probably never
looking at
finish
it.
it.
One of my customers came in and he's actually watching the show right now. He finished it.
What?
Crazy.
Dylan?
Crazy person.
Dylan
Good on you.
finished
Dylan.
it, and I'm like, I at first I was like, nah, he couldn't have, but he did.
No one can.
He said the second to last boss took him like
8 days.
3 hours, and the last boss was 4 hours. He didn't one stint those two bosses.
I remember when I first played Chrono Trigger up to Lavos, the big bad at the end of it.
Big bad.
It was the first time I
The
ever
wolf.
played an RPG. And I didn't know that you could upgrade weapons or statistics or anything.
How
So
good is
I
it when
still
you
had base weapons.
Oh,
And that final boss fight, I kid you not, took me 3.5 hours.
Just chipping off.
I had one player attacking and the other two were constantly healing the party. And that's
So
all I could do.
Like you're just throwing cotton balls at him. Like just
Basically, it took
hoping
me-
he'd breathe one in and choke.
So long. But I did it. I finished it.
you throw a
Um,
million cotton balls at someone. And...
Don't get me wrong though. Cuphead is the most beautiful looking game. It is
Oh, it's amazing.
so good looking, but it's just so chronically hard, and I just don't have a friend to play with. Like I just felt like if I was playing it with someone, like Jewel, it'd be a lot more fun.
Is it crossplay?
Don't
I've got it
know.
on a Switch. You and I can play.
I've
Yeah,
got
we
it
can
on.
play.
We can
Sweet.
play.
I've got it on Steam.
loser.
Speaking about Steam, I sure did run out of Steam at the weekend when Pokemon Go had their Pokemon Go Fest.
Those
What was
bloody
happening there?
Segways should
Trying to
Pokemon Go.
refresh it.
Yeah, so Pokemon Go had their big Pokemon Go Fest. So, as is to be expected with Pokemon Go, big things that happened, there was problems. Basically, it lagged, it crashed an hour into it. This was a 2-day event that went for 8 hours each day. An hour in on the first day, it just lagged. No one could play it. No Pokemon was showing up. It was awful. People had to reset and couldn't get back in. So if this was a free event, I wouldn't mind so much. I just accept that. That's how it
You
goes.
pay for this.
I paid $23 to be a part of this.
Jesus.
Is Pokemon Go still a thing?
Well,
Like,
How much do you play Pokemon Go?
I play it
don't know-
daily.
I don't know anyone who's apart from Ben. Is that a thing wearing another thing's
Yeah,
corpse?
no, it's a hat. It's a Charmander wearing a hat. All right, just to put it in perspective for you,
It's the Highlander.
that 2-day weekend, Niantic made $8.9 million US for this event.
That
So
is
that
a-
shows you how many people are still
That
playing
is a
this.
lot of money off of something that will cause a lot of frustration.
Yeah, so you did pay for this. Tickets were pre-sold, so they had a good idea of how many people were going to partake in it. They had millions and millions of dollars. They make millions of dollars each week, each month on this game. Like, it's still very popular. They have more than enough money to buy servers, and yet still they couldn't get what was clearly going to be their biggest event of the year correct. They couldn't get it right. They couldn't invest in the servers, and I was annoyed at it very, very much.
Didn't this happen on the last event they do? They did.
No, it hasn't happened for a couple of years, truth be told, but it did happen quite a bit at the start and within the first year or two of it. So they came out on their Twitter and announced trainers, due to technical issues that occurred in some of the habitat blocks during Pokemon Go Fest, we will be holding a makeup event at a later date, which is the 16th. So everyone who bought a ticket will get this 3-hour makeup event.
Do you think it'll be an event that they were planning anyway? They just hadn't announced?
No, it's just replaying the event that we
Oh,
missed out
okay.
on because of their technical issues. But still, my point being, if you have billions of dollars and you have pre-sold tickets with a good indication of how many people are going to be playing on that day,
Get it to work.
yeah, get it to work. Thank you,
Get it
Dan.
right.
Just get it right, Niantic. I know you watch.
Someone just mentioned that Cuphead is only local co-op.
Boo. Nintendo, back
Thank
on
you.
them.
Thank you, chap.
I just want to talk about the Nintendo leak that happened over the past week.
Yeah, I saw this leak and I couldn't understand what leak.
I didn't know if it was a real
Explain
thing.
it to me very slowly and quickly.
Okay. Slowly and quickly.
Rest them
Your
out of
noodle
words.
around that.
Raphael! They, a whole heap of old data that Nintendo used for some of their old games leaked out, and data miners were able to find things in that data which showed things like Luigi was supposed to be in Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64.
So was it just code which you could piece together into
Yes.
pixels?
Yes, and
So
they've
it was
done
like
that.
code numbers that if you put them into a pixelator, it created a character.
Correct. So some of the things that came out was a human NPC in Starwing instead of like all your animals.
Ugh.
There was more Ocarina of Time content, which was possibly the Double D footage or a sequel to Ocarina of Time. And Yoshi also had a different look. Brayden, can we bring up that Yoshi render?
I almost don't want to.
Horrifying.
Do it. There he is. This is from the who's the Tom Lancy from Happy Moon Inc. over on Twitter. Took some of the pixelated footage and rendered it into a Yoshi that looks like a devil child.
He looks like a gecko.
Yeah.
He looks like a Fraggle.
Did
Yes.
Does everyone watching get to hear the sound?
No.
No.
Oh,
Please go and find this on
There's-
Twitter.
You can
Go
just
and
turn
look
it on,
for
Brayden.
The sound is horrifying.
It's horrendous.
He put that on there as well. Like that wasn't a Nintendo thing. That was him just messing around.
And
Oh, don't tell me that.
I
That
love that
seems
he
less
did that.
impressive now.
So anyway, you can go check that out on Twitter at Happy
terrifying.
Moon Inc. Brayden will put that in the chat for you if you want to see that. Also, a modder has created an hour-long Nintendo 64 game called The Missing Link, which bridges the gap between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And it's something that you can play. We've got footage of it on the screen now. He's used all the assets from those games, and it just looked fun as hell. Can't wait for it to be taken down in about an hour by Nintendo.
So, are all the Zelda games meant to be one continuous story?
No.
No.
I didn't think
No,
so.
Yes, but no. There's a whole timeline that diverts into 3 separate timelines.
After Ocarina?
Ocarina is the crisis point where the
then
timelines
it-
split.
You just
Yeah.
accept them. They're just games.
Yeah,
just
that's what
play
I
them.
thought.
Basically, take each, like when it first came out, each game was self-contained and
Yeah.
it had no story arc. And then about 5-10 years ago, Hyrule Historia came out and Nintendo went, oh, look, we've got a timeline.
Ah.
It starts here and goes down here and this game goes here.
So
and
they retrofitted it.
Yeah. That's what
and
they
then
did. But
they
why?
brought out 2 other books, and in the third book that they brought out, they went, "Oh, you may notice this timeline's slightly different. That's because we found more information." It's like, no, you haven't. You've
No,
just
you just
made it
made
fit in.
stuff
So it was the Hyrule
Okay.
Historia and then the Zelda Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And then they brought out their own Breath of the Wild. Like just one for one game.
Well, Breath of the Wild like mentions everything across all 3 timelines, and they haven't placed it in that timeline. So I keep hoping like they have like a Siege Perilous or something where they bring all the links together, and you have to do the whole game playing each link from each series
I want
to
to
get through
see.
See,
different
why not
dungeons.
do that? Like you have to transform into the link that has that power
Yeah.
to get through stuff.
Skylanders, but links.
And
Yeah.
and it's called
Imagine all the amiibos you could sell.
Link and Link's Excellent Adventure.
no, it's just called Links.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Links.
it's a golfing game.
No, it's not the Atari Links.
So you can download this and play it now. So do that. I don't have a link. Sorry.
Don't have a link.
There was one other thing in there you missed.
Is there? What?
Wah!
Oh yeah, Luigi. There he is.
God, look at him.
That's
Oh, is
Luigi.
that what Luigi looks like?
Well, that's his head on Mario's body. But that's what he would have looked like in Nintendo 64.
He'd say this
That
would
looks
have
the
been great.
same.
Yeah. Hey, Braden.
Hey!
Deals!
We're here.
We are here. We got some cool deals for you.
Us. We have them.
We
Just for
have
you.
them.
This
It's just
is our
for us.
deals.
We've organised
Right,
these.
these still don't exist until we say them right now.
That's right.
So don't even bother looking for them before this segment.
Nah, you can only do it now. If you can look at them before we've said them, that's amazing. PlayStation. Over on the PlayStation, you can get Metal Gear Solid 5, the definitive edition. Are you humming the tune?
Yep.
Oh, God. Distracting. From $24.95, which is pretty cheap anyway, but down to $6.23.
Exceptionally
So-
cheap. Unless you have PlayStation Plus, in which case you got it for free.
a while ago. No, did they get the definitive edition?
Oh, not definitive.
So this has all like 36 additional items and a mission and all that sort of stuff as well.
Oh, and just separately, and it's not in Kojima Watch, so I'll bring it up now. Apparently, a couple of days ago, someone successfully disarmed all the nuclear weapons in Metal Gear Solid 5
I heard
and
that.
got that cutscene.
Yeah.
And Kojima retweeted it, and it's like the only thing Metal Gear related he's ever retweeted
tweeted,
since
yeah.
that whole breakup.
Damn.
And he was a pleased man. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Okay, number 2 deal for PlayStation on the PSN store is the Need for Speed Deluxe version. So I'm a fan of Need for Speed. I've always liked them. It's like playing a Fast and Furious. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I like them as well, but I just never get around to playing them.
This one's come down from $30.95 down to $6.19.
Damn.
And it's a deluxe one, so
Bang.
you get content packs, so you get car wraps, you get extra cars, rims, spoilers, all that sort of stuff. This one you do
No
have
spoilers. God damn it.
You get
rims.
spoilers, like you start the game and it just tells you the end.
Bruce Willis was dead?
I was about to make
the
that
whole
joke.
time.
Ah!
This one you do have to be online the whole time for this game. You're not playing with other people all the time, but you do have to be on their server, so you will need PlayStation Plus, I think.
My wife makes that Bruce Willis joke all the time, and I said, "Have you seen the film?" She goes, "I don't know what it's from." And I'm like, "We should."
That's amazing.
No, she just goes, "Isn't everyone dead?" I'm like, "That's not right."
Sure.
I think she's listening to this now, probably.
Nice one. Number 3 would be Darksiders The Furies Collection, War and Death. So down from $54.95 to $13.73. That's a pretty decent bargain. You get 2 games. You get Darksiders 1 and 2 and all the DLC from both.
Have you ever played those Darksiders games?
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
like the
know if
early
they're
God of
pushy
Wars.
buttony.
Yeah, they're like God of Wars, like the original
Yeah,
ones.
but I've always seen fun God
They're
of
good
War,
fun.
bit more dodgy and
Bit more
thinky.
dodgy. They're good fun hack and slashes where you're playing like the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Is this it?
I have no idea. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
it.
I just thought, what's this?
So the first one you're playing War, and the second one you're playing Death.
Yep. It goes through the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Is there 4 of them yet?
No, there's 3.
Okay.
There's 3. Then PlayStation Plus games for this month is Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Fall Guys, a new multiplayer party game. Is this one of the PlayLink ones? I think it is.
Hang on,
Yeah.
is this out?
It comes out.
Comes out.
Yeah, it
So-
launches. It launches
August.
with PlayStation Plus.
This is on
in
Dan's
August.
list.
Is it still? I think I got rid of it, didn't
Oh,
I?
did you? Oh, this
So
would
this would be
probably
one
get
of
a
the
really good
PlayLink
review.
games.
Maybe
you
I got
can-
it there. Yeah, I called this way early. That I think this game's gonna be so fun. It just does if you got friends, which I don't. But like,
Chop liver.
yeah, it just looks like this is like a beer and chicken wings game to the max.
Yeah.
Did you play any of the other PlayLink games?
No.
Oh, they're good fun. They are good fun. And you only need a mobile phone.
Oh wait, yes, I did. Yeah, I did play one night.
Okay, coming to Xbox Games Pass. We have F1 2019. No, do you know how popular this thing has been since the actual races got cancelled? Like over all the stuff that's happened this
Don't
year.
they do it on TV like this now?
Yeah, like the drivers have been playing.
Yeah, digital. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So everyone has been buying up this game. This one gets all your official teams, all your official drivers, all your official tracks from the 2019 season.
It's official.
It's official. And if you got Games Pass, you don't have to pay anything for it because you
Is it
already have.
Do the if you win, does the actual race car driver win the money in real
I
life?
have no idea.
No, you
Probably.
win the money. It comes out of the Xbox and the disc system.
Yeah.
Unless you got a sad edition, which you don't have the disc tray.
It just gives you Bitcoin.
Yep.
Also, for I think the first time ever on the Xbox is Yakuza Kiwami 2. So this is the Yakuza game set a year after Kazuma has rescued the little girl, and was it $10 million or $1 million yen?
Whatever. I got bored after the first 40-minute cutscene.
Oh, there's some
These are
decent
great
cutscenes.
games.
They're great games.
There
So
was,
this one you
only,
got
there was only 40 minutes left.
yeah.
And then there's another 25-minute cutscene to go.
These are great games. These are so much fun. All the little mini games are awesome. You go through, you can go play baseball, arcade games, card games, and beat up heaps of people with different kinds of kung fu.
What's really cool about the Yakuza games is if this game came out when I was younger and I got it, back when you didn't have many games, and this would have been the best game. You would have just kept playing it. There was always stuff to do. You can slot car race, you can beat people up. I love going into the convenience stores. It just looks so real.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get that Japanese culture vibe. Like, it feels like you've visited Japan. Like, you're in actual streets that, like, some of us have actually walked down and stuff. There's shops that I go into that I went to, like Don Quixote on the corners and stuff like that. And I've been in this actual shop.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the physics behind the game. Like when they're actually fighting, you can feel weight behind it. even though it's all over exaggerated and stuff like that. They're a lot of fun. I love them. Get on it if you haven't played them.
That one.
Good on it. Well done.
Get on it.
Bunch of
No,
nights.
get on it, you twit.
Well done.
Get all over you,
So the
Jackie.
next one I hadn't heard of, but I checked it out quickly. It's called The Tourist. I can't get over the spelling,
Tourist.
even though I'm the worst speller ever. So to me, it looks kind of like a Minecraft Sims.
Looks like Bit.Heroes, whatever it's
Or
called.
3D Dot Heroes.
Yeah.
But it seems to be like a life simulator. So you're going around doing things on this touristy holiday island, as far as I can tell, but all like 8-bit Minecraft.
Sure, this isn't
thing.
Animal Crossing in 8-bit form?
It
I
might
just
be.
don't like games that you don't kill stuff, eh?
Dan's
that
got a
says-
type.
A lot more about your psyche than everyone
I
else's,
think
Dan.
I would probably love this for about an hour and a half, and then probably never play it again.
I like the
like
depth.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no,
I like the
I
depth-
didn't love that at all.
I like the
hated
depth
it.
of field in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like you're a dude on a holiday, but you're getting pulled into like a Zelda game, but you're just a dude on a holiday.
All
Yeah,
right,
so that could be cool.
what do we got for the Switch?
For the Switch, there are 2 games that actually, even before we put this on here, I'd bought one of them.
oh, really?
yes.
Good.
We have the Contra collection and the Castlevania collection, both $7.50.
Absolute freaking bargain. This is all the 8-bit and 16-bit games from Contra and from Castlevania.
I bought-
Absolutely worth it.
I bought the Castlevania one as soon as I saw it, before we'd even written
Yeah,
this run sheet.
absolute bargain.
Which Castlevania
$7
is it? It's not Symphony of the Night.
No. Up until Symphony of the Night. So
So they missed out on
Castlevania
the
1,
best one.
Simon's Quest, all
Yeah.
the ones that are
Are
on
we-
the Game Boy.
Oh, Game Boy.
Have we got the
Alien.
Castlevania footage?
Nope.
No, we only got
It's
Contra.
got Super
Only got
Probotector
Contra.
on it, the Australian version.
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. And also, what's the other one we got on there?
Metal Slug X or Metal Slug 10, is it? I don't know
X.
if it's X10.
X. Possibly the best one of the Metal Slug franchise.
$5.25. Bargain.
Absolute bargain. A friend of mine purchased the 2 collections,
Yeah.
and with that purchase had enough to
Oh.
get the coins to get Metal Slug. So he got
Nice.
Metal Slug for free. It was great.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to get the Contra and I'm going to get Metal Slug as well.
Fantastic.
Metal Slug's wicked because they say when because you know when you get a weapon, it says the name of the weapon. When you get a rocket launch, it goes rocket launcher.
Launcher.
Incidentally,
Launcher.
you know the
Rocket launcher.
you know how Metal Slug was an arcade game on the old Neo Geo
Yeah,
arcade
yeah.
machines. Do you know how much that cartridge is worth now?
What the actual arcade
The actual card
board?
to go on the board. Yeah.
Well, weren't they actually just the game?
Yeah.
It was
What
just
is
the
it?
cartridge that you bought that was plugged into the motherboard.
Correct.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
How much?
Last time I checked, $480
Oof.
for that card. I've got one of the Metal Slugs. I don't think it's 10 though. I think maybe
I wonder if
5.
there's any
Maybe you
at
don't
Starblaze.
anymore.
Were there any at Starblaze?
No.
Our local awesome shop in Adelaide?
Anyway, let's play a little game.
versus the world.
Did it right in time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to play Dan versus the World, where Dan, representing Dan, takes on the world, represented by Braden and by Floppy, as I play 3 songs from video game history or video game future. I'll play the first 5 seconds of the first song. Each team has 5 questions to ask in order to try and figure out from where that song came. They'll take turns backwards and forwards. They can guess what the song is. I always lose it around here.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, you'll
the
get the
reason
hang of it.
we take off our glasses because me and Floppy can't see, so we can't read the chat and cheat.
Okay, here we go. Song number 1. And it goes on like that.
That was way more than 5 seconds.
Oh no, I was getting into it.
It's cool.
All right, question number 1, Dan.
You told me a whole bunch of good new questions to ask. I can't remember any of them now. You were like, you should ask this. I'm going to go with my normals. What is it on?
It was on the Super Nintendo, Sega, that era.
That year.
The Super Nintendo and the
I
Sega.
suppose I didn't actually ask what console it was on, did I?
Well,
Have we talked about it this episode?
not this episode, no.
Ooh, okay.
Question number 2, Dan.
What are you in it? What is a protagonist?
He's a bicycle rider?
Ooh, that's
A
different.
bicycle?
Motorcycle?
Oh, okay.
Bicycle. Floppy, you looked interested in something then?
I have a pang of a thought of what it might be.
Oh.
Was it a third person over the shoulder view?
Yeah, kind of. Dan, question number 3.
I'm thinking. I think I know it. It's 2 words that start the same. I can't remember what they are.
I'm struggling to remember too.
It's Road Rash.
Yes. For the Mega Drive.
I kept thinking Road Rage.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was wrong.
Truth be told,
I was thinking that as well, and I was like, "That's not it. That's not it."
If I can be completely transparent, I've got them written down in a code on my computer, so these guys can't guess what it is. And I was sitting there going, "What's that second word?" All right, here we go. So, first song, Dan's on 22, World's on 26. Oh, Dan making a comeback. Here we go. Song
That's
number
not
2.
called a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Anyway, I love that song. Question number 1, Dan.
What is? What were some of those questions you don't ask? What is what genre of game is it? Oh, I should have asked that.
It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
All right.
Well, question number 1.
What do you want to ask, Floppy?
Is it part of a series of games?
There was another. This had a kind of sequel,
Okay.
but that's about it.
What is the weapon that you use if you have a weapon?
You use your fists primarily.
Oh, you already said beat 'em up, didn't you? Damn it.
Yes. Well, question number 2.
What did Floppy ask?
What main bad guys are you going against?
You're going against. Oh gosh, darn it. You're going up against characters called Shriek, Doppelganger.
Is this the characters' names? You don't remember?
Yeah.
I mean, if I knew
Are they-
them,
are
Are
they
you
people?
talking?
Do you mean people?
Are you saying it in your code?
No. That's their names.
Is that your question?
name.
What
Okay.
what console is it on?
Super Nintendo. Question number 3, World.
Have we asked protagonists this lot yet?
What
you
are
haven't.
you?
Yeah, like what you play as?
We did do.
You have the choice of 2 players. Which one do you want to know? 1 or 2?
Oh, Floppy. Which one do
Only
you wanna
2?
know?
There's 2 protagonists in this game, so I will give you the chance to ask
I
number
like
1
that.
or number 2.
I like that. That's good. Floppy, do you
Which
want
one
to
do you
know 1
want?
or 2?
Number
2.
1.
Number 1, Spider-Man.
Ooh.
No, it's not what I was thinking.
Wait,
Braden.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Okay. Question number 4, Dan.
I thought it sounded familiar.
Is it Maximum Carnage?
Yes!
Man.
So the second one was separation anxiety.
Damn it.
So had you said number 2, I was going to say Venom,
Yeah.
and that would...
I didn't even know there was another one.
Neither
I
did
thought it was Punisher, but then I realized that's Punisher and Fury.
Yeah.
I thought it was bloody Double Dragon.
Oh, close. So, Dan,
I
23.
thought it was Final Fight at first. Until you
23?
said 2 characters. Oh, there's 3 characters in Final
Yeah,
Fight.
23 for Dan, and the world's still ahead on 26, but Dan's catching up. Here we go. Song number 3.
Oh, come on.
You know it.
Oh, it's a Ben fucking thing.
Oh, you can! That one's for Triple Indie. All right. Song number 1, question number 1.
What?
Now, just a reminder, I need the exact title.
Oh. We're all doomed.
So,
Just have a guess, Dan, because then we
well,
get
he
a
just
point.
said Hayugen, so it's clearly a Street Fighter, so we're just going
This really weird moment in the Killer Instinct games where they
where they just play that tune. What? I'm trying to think of something nail it down without being obvious. What is how?
Oh, I have a question. Okay.
What consoles that come out on?
This one was the Saturn. The Sega Saturn.
Can I just walk around this?
No. I don't think you've got it anyway. so-
My question was going to be, does the title include the name of the villain in Wreck-It Ralph?
What is the name of the villain in Wreck-It Ralph? Isn't it Ralph?
No. Turbo.
Oh, Turbo. No.
All right.
Question number 2.
Oh,
If you'd listen to the music, it's actually like...
isn't,
All right, we
there,
all know it's Ryu's theme.
isn't there only one
Oh, did we?
on the Saturn?
Is that your question?
Yes. Oh, do you know?
I'm pretty sure there's 2.
Oh, that means there's...
Do you know, Braden?
I got no clue, dude.
I know one of them on the Saturn. I could
Was
just guess
not
it.
alive.
Whose question is it?
It's yours. Question number 2.
Is it?
No, that's not you. It's.
Should we just throw a guess out there?
No, I've got a question.
I mean, Dan's catching up.
Oh, I know, but
I've got a question.
who's on the cover?
Oh, Ryu.
Wicked.
Is it? Because this isn't going to give away. Is it one of those stupid names?
It's pretty silly.
I know it is.
All right, 3.
I don't know.
It's
it
one of the. Oh, I was going to say.
Brandon, are you cheating on the internet?
No, I just wanted
can
to see
hear
if
you
it had
typing.
I'm just saying that there's... Oh my god, there's 3.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, there's 3. I'm not allowed to answer now.
No,
I
you're
wanted to
not.
Double check.
No, so it's all up to you, Floppy.
Oh, great.
I'm going to say mine. I'm just going to guess.
All right,
It is,
well,
I'm
it
gonna
is a dumb
pass.
title.
no, you're gonna pass.
Well, because I have got no
listen
idea
to-
what ones came out on the Saturn. Is it Street Fighter 2 Alpha something?
You were so close.
You know
Oh,
what?
are you kidding me?
You are
Can I
so
say it? Can I
close.
say it?
Oh.
Is it Street Fighter Alpha Dream?
Yes, it is. So close.
I had no idea what that one was.
So
Never heard of it.
close. So Dan
Sorry, Braden.
walks away with that
I got
one.
3. I
You
got
got
3.
you whitewashed them all.
We need a tune.
I have a listing here. Street Fighter Alpha Warriors Dreams.
Oh,
well,
you said exact title.
I did, but I'm also saying
You can't take it back.
this is my game. I am the Lord, and what I say goes. And I say Dan got the point. So up your nose with a rubber hose.
Hey, up your nose with a rubber hose.
We've been Hack the Dino, and this has been our critical path and video game news. We like to talk about things, but this isn't the only thing that we do. We have side projects as well as this. Dan, what's one of your side projects?
One of my side projects is TerraVision Horror Podcast. You can check us out on all major podcasting services where me and Jennifer, the Dream Warrior Strand, get together and talk about horror films. This is an audio podcast. We also have it's on YouTube. But it's just an audio podcast. So go over to YouTube, if you like it, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a star, give us a comment, go on to the other things, do all those things. We really appreciate it. We've just started up. We're up to episode 12. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's awesome. Floppy.
You can come over to Instagram, check out Floppy Plays Games, where you can look at the stuff that I spend all my money on and then take photos of and then show you, and then sometimes try and find time to play them as well.
And Millennial Falcon, what have you got?
Millennial Movie Talk. Millennial Movie Talk, not just one millennial. Well, there's 4 of us, but it's a movie podcast.
Hey, stuffing up your lines is my gig, all right? Don't go...
I can tread on some feet. It's fine. Millennial Movie Talk. It's a movie podcast. We talk about the movie news, what we've been watching lately, give some reviews on some stuff, and you get a bit of banter between me and my friends.
And you can also head on over to Retro Trigger Podcast, where you can hear me talking to people and interviewing people about all things retro. We've spoken about Transformers Gen 1 with Sean Fuster. We've spoken about Super Nintendo with this dude. We've talked about Dragon Ball Z with that guy. Coming up next Friday, or actually, no, it'll be yesterday, so it's out now. You can hear me talk to Dean Rankin, who is the illustrator for some of the Simpsons comics.
Oh, I'm looking forward to listening
He's
to
also done some Futurama. He's also done some Rick and Morty. So that's really, really cool. We talk about Simpsons Season 5, which is scientifically proven to be the best season of The Simpsons.
Is that the Bear Baron one?
No. That's not in that
Are you
season.
sure?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure it is.
What's the best episode for that season?
Is the Scorpio one in it?
Monorail.
Oh, done. Yep.
Yeah. We are also, who have we spoken to? We've spoken to Ben from Toy Power Podcast. He spoke about He-Man, and we've spoken about Nintendo 64 with Mr. A-Game. They're coming up. It's a monthly podcast, so there's only about 3 episodes up now. But make sure you search Retro Trigger Podcast. You can get it through this feed if you press subscribe to the podcast feed here at Hack the Dino, or search it to get the other feed, which I'm just trying out because it's for reasons you don't need to know. Why are you bugging me, man? Back off. Anyway, if you like this, you can also become a Patreon. Dan, do you have some Patreons you would like to thank.
Well, I would love to do that. So thank you to our beautiful top tier Patreons, where you get mentioned at everything we do. So thank you to Sam Beard, thank you to Todd Randall, thank you to Tommaso, thank you to Mike Town, thank you to Karen Knight, thank you to Aaron Knight, thank you to Dylan Stevens, and thank you to Cullen Budd. You guys are our buds.
Top peers.
Top bud.
Top the
buds.
best. You're the number one buds. You're that great bud. No, that
That's what we're
skanky
going to call you guys, Dino Buds.
buds. No, they're Dino Riders.
The Dino Pals.
You can
The
ride
Dino
us.
Riders.
Dino
is really
Sources?
They're Dino Riders.
Dinosaurs.
Doesn't matter.
Dino
Keep going.
Shut up, Floppy. It's
Dino-
Dino Riders.
Dino.
Kill his mic.
Di-
Anyway, you can also see us on youtube.com/Hack The Dino, where you can subscribe and you can share us with likes with these things. Be sure to do that. When this goes up, be sure to tell your friends and get them to come over and subscribe as well, because that's how we grow. We're over 100 episodes in now. We'd really like to grow more and get more people to watch our content and hopefully enjoy the entertainment that we put out there. And lastly, be sure to subscribe to us over on iTunes, other podcast things. I don't know.
But
It's been
also,
long.
If you like to watch us live, head over to Twitch and YouTube, where we do a live show every second Friday, and you can join in the chat and join in, talk to us, and stuff like that, which you don't get in these VODs that you're watching now.
Boobs.